What's going on YouTube? Public here today. So the first thing you'll notice about today's video is actually the venue. I've actually decided to choose maybe a slightly different way of putting the video, and this is actually outdoors. So I just want to test how it goes. Anyway, without further ado, today's video is actually about the predictions, rumors about a 7-inch iPad hopefully coming later this year. Now Bloomberg actually suggested earlier this week that it may be coming out in October, which is actually quite a good time, along with iOS 6, with maybe the iPhone 5 possibly. So it's actually quite a good time to release a new device along with new operating system, new iOS software. Now, obviously, previously with Steve Jobs, he's actually been releasing new devices very, with space between 3 years. So first of all, for example, the MacBook Air in 2008, which was a new entrance, and then obviously in 2010 with the iPad. And only this year did they actually introduce the Retina display MacBook Pro, the 15-inch Retina display, which was released in WWDC earlier last month. So what we're looking at now is a 7-inch display iPad. So we just had the Kindle Fire last year, and recently actually, and it's still to ship actually to most consumers, was the Nexus 7 from Google, and that was actually running Android Jelly Bean 4.1. So now with the iPad 7-inch, so what are my predictions? Now first of all, we'll be looking at a display which is similar. So obviously now we've got Nexus as well as the Kindle Fire, which has a resolution of about 1200 by 800 resolution, which isn't Retina display. Now Apple are quite known for the iPhone 4S and the 4, the iPod Touch 4th generation, as the iPad 3, as well as now the MacBook Retina display, which all have Retina displays and have magnificent, unimaginable resolutions, such as obviously the iPad 3, which has a resolution of 2536 by 1536. I think I've got that right. I think I got that wrong actually, sorry. Anyway, but Retina display. So will the iPad, a mini version of the iPad have Retina display? Now I don't actually think so, because right now, as of now, Retina displays are quite expensive to and will make Apple's manufacturing costs more if it wasn't. So I think that maybe a 1200 by 800, possibly more, really, just to compete against other 7-inch tablets, will be the case for a mini iPad 7-inch. From a price point of view, now $199 is really a competition compared to the Kindle Fire as well as the Nexus 7, but I think Apple can still bump up their prices, because although the prices may be more and more than competitors, Apple are still right now in the market, are quite safe and don't really have insecurities with people actually buying. So I don't think Apple will fail in that manner, even if the prices are slightly higher than $199. Maybe, for example, a $260 or $250 for starting maybe 8GB model of the mini iPad. So what else are my predictions? Well, I think that it'll be still having a processor, an A5X processor, similar to the iPad 3. I don't think they'll go straight onto a brand new A6 processor. Maybe that will be for the iPhone 5 instead, but I think they'll use something, maybe a variant of the A5X processor, running iOS 6, maybe a modified version, so that to fit for the 7-inch display. As for apps, obviously Apple have a sort of, they're actually trying to encourage universal, so developers to put universal applications, so an application that can run on the iPad, iPod, as well as the iPad 3, 2, and the previous generation, the first generation iPad. So in terms of actual storage capacities and screen size as well as for the apps, I think that it should start on 8 gigabytes, 16, 32, and I don't think at this point should go to 64. Now Apple haven't ever had external sources such as a micro SD, so maybe that is a new addition that they may do. However, I think that rumor is quite unlikely. Now, to keep up for the cost, I don't think they'll add any 4G or 3G capabilities to the iPad and really keep it as Wi-Fi. Possibly they may have a 3G, 4G model as well, but obviously for a higher price, maybe starting at maybe $350 or $400 for the 4G model, if there were to come with that. As for cameras, the rear-facing camera, personally I never use it, and really it's just sometimes on video chat if I want to show what I'm looking at to the person that I'm calling, but really the front-facing is the most vital. Now I think a 2-megapixel camera, really not really for the picture, the still images or video recording, but I think really for the video calling, so to have that quality there, I think that a front-facing camera is definitely vital for the modern-day Skype, video calling, and others such as FaceTime. Obviously we'll have iMessage and reminders and notification center, all of that already integrated. Obviously iOS 6 brings more features, but what do you guys think will come in the new iPad if it were to come in October? And I personally think, I have quite a strong belief that it would come out in October, according to a lot of rumors and sources. As I said, Bloomberg, one of them being Bloomberg, and for a 7-inch iPad. I don't think 199 will be the starting price, maybe around 250. The resolution, I don't think straight away to the Retina display, maybe in future generations of a new iPad. But anyway, that's from Top Tech. If you guys like this venue today, if you want more videos similar in the outdoor landscape, just feel free to leave a comment below. If you guys have any questions, queries, inbox, leave a comment below. Don't forget to check out our website, follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. That's from Top Tech. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you later.